Alabama Clemson Part 3. And over the next several weeks here on Mark Rogers TV, we will get you set up for the Titanic semifinal matchup in the college football playoff at the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans. The first two times these teams met, of course, were in the championship game, 2015 and 16, the past 2 years, with the two teams splitting those games. So let's take a recent trip down memory lane. We did it for 2015. Now, Clemson's revenge in 2016, just 1 year ago, Tide and Tigers in Tampa. All right, they come out of the gate, does Alabama, working the defensive front, the offensive front, and working over Deshaun Watson and company. They shut down Deshaun Watson in the first quarter. Very early in the game, Bama took control with that great defensive front. In Clemson's first 5 drives of the game, 3 punts, a fumble, and they gave it up on downs as Alabama took control on the offensive side up front as well. Bo Scarborough just banging away at the Clemson defense. 16 carries for 93 yards and a couple touchdowns, a 37-yarder. He was taken out of the game in the third quarter. Otherwise, it may have been a different result at the end. Bama led it, dominating 14-0 as they were tossing around Deshaun Watson like a rag doll. He was under siege early in this game, but Clemson stayed at it, and these two teams really went at it in the second half. They pretty much lulled us to sleep to a certain extent in terms of dynamic scoring plays in the first half, but it really revved up toward the fourth quarter. It was a 24-21 Bama lead when Deshaun Watson, of course, closed the game with 2 tremendous scoring drives, 88 and 68 yards against what was considered to be the best defense in college football. Tremendous plays out of that Clemson wide receiver core, led by Mike Williams. Of course, Hunter Renfrow catching the game winner. Deion Kane, Jordan Leggett, all made tremendous catches. But some of the plays that Mike Williams made against those NFL defensive backs in the Alabama secondary were tremendous. Athletic plays, wide receivers outfighting defensive backs, high-pointing the football, wrestling it away. Deshaun Watson was on the money, but the coverage was there. It was just better throws and catches, beating great coverage and great play in the secondary for Bama. Deshaun hit on 36 of 56 passes, 423 yards, 3 touchdowns, no INTs. On the flip side, Jalen Hurts. Say what you want about his 13 for 31 effort. He hit the field one last time, needing a touchdown. Down 31-28. Down, let's see, he was down, 31-28 at that point. And he led a 68-yard touchdown drive to Jalen Hurts. And then the game was out of his hands because, of course, Deshaun Watson took over from there, and Jalen Hurts never got his hands back on the ball. So, Alabama-Clemson, it was a great game. And, of course, Hunter Renfrow on the arguable pick play, caught the game-winning touchdown with 1 tick on the clock, last play of the game, and Clemson got their revenge, beating the touchdown favorite Tide 35-31. So in this game, just a year later, Bama's got the same quarterback, the same number 1 receiver in Calvin Ridley, same running backs in Damian Harris, who will play a more prominent role in this game than he did with 5 carries against that Clemson 2016 defense. And, of course, Bo Scarborough as left, who has not had the type season he had 1 year ago. For Clemson offensively, of course, Deshaun Watson's gone. Mike Williams gone. Artavis Scott gone. Wayne Gallman, a much different running back than what we see now with Tavian Feaster and Travis Etienne, the more explosive backs, as Clemson's running game more predicated on speed than on power, as it has been in the recent years under Wayne Gallman at running back. Clemson brings back 4 of 5 offensive linemen. Defensively for the Tide, pretty much a resurrected defense, just a completely revamped defense with that front 7, basically moving on to the NFL with the likes of Jonathan Allen, with Ryan Williams, Reuben Foster, all those guys playing on Sundays right now for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Defensively for Clemson, that defensive line that we see working against the likes of Miami in recent weeks and against South Carolina, what I believe to be the best defensive front in college football. not real deep, but in terms of the playmaking ability up front with Austin Bryant and Christian Wilkins and so forth, just tremendous. Of course, Carlos Watkins, the one big loss off the defensive front, now in the NFL. And Ben Boulware, the heart and soul of that defense last season, has certainly been replaced, but was a key member of that Clemson defense in 2016. Tigers win it over the Tide 35-31. We just wanted to take a quick look back at the two Clemson-Alabama championship games. Now part 3, the tiebreaker in the semifinal at the Sugar Bowl. Would love to hear what you have to say about maybe your memories of these two games or part 3 right here on Mark Rogers TV.